Okay, are we ready to mute ourselves?
Is recording now. I'm muting myself.
Okay, all reactions go in stream chat.
Okay, so Lightning McQueen is a bad car with bad intentions, bad choices, and generally bad characterization. There's nothing about him that is in any way redeemable. And I'm going to start off with some base examples of him being a shitty person. Number 1, his first introduction to Sally, who, as we know, is the blue Porsche, the love interest in Cars 1, also the other cars. She doesn't change. She's static. Is that his first introduction to her is that she is his lawyer, and the first thing he says to her is a comment about the fact that she has a tramp stamp and essentially objectifying her, which, thank you, Lightning, for catcalling a lawyer, especially one that's trying to defend you against charges. Number 2, he shows up to Radiator Springs, the lovely, lovely town on Route 66, and calls it hillbilly hell. And hell isn't a very Disney-friendly word. And, I mean, it's just kind of generally rude. He shows up, and he's there, and he's like, wow, I'm in hillbilly hell, to several tourists, and then they leave. Like, of course they leave. Lightning, you know about merchandising. You know about having a brand, and you should know better than to ruin the hopes of this small, dying town. And then when he has to actually face repercussions for his actions instead of just paying them off, because we all know that he's a rich little bitch boy, he just complains the whole time and does a shitty job, and then complains even more when he has to redo it, even though he knows damn well why. He makes their road all bumpy, and then when they're like, this is unacceptable, you have to redo it, he's like, I'm Lightning McQueen. You're right, sir. You are. You're also a shitty human. And by human, I mean car.
Yeah.
So there are 2 examples already, and I'm gonna go to Chick Hicks for a little bit. Everyone's favorite green mustachioed.
Yes, our favorite. Oh my god.
Who says Kachiga? Jenny, I don't know if you know that you're not muted.
I know I'm not muted. I don't care. Like, just bouncing it back and forth makes it better. Oh my god.
That's right. I have to say something.
Yeah. No, we definitely had to.
Okay, yes, you may give me your feedback. What feelings?
Percy, what feelings do you have on Kachiga?
Yeah.
As an individual of African American descent, how do you feel about this?
I don't really know how to feel about that.
Well, it's not like... I don't want to say Kachiga could be a lot worse in origin. He just says it to riff off of Lightning, and I respect that. It's only... And he stops... I think he says it like twice or something.
He says it at the end again, too.
He completely rebrands to be Green Thunder or something. Just because of the entire... You know what comes after Thunder? Lightning! Kachiga! And that's so... Like, we all overlook that. He really said that. He didn't care.
I just don't ever think about Chick Hicks when I think of Cars 1. I'm just like, when I hear that, I'm just laugh.
I can't, like, I forgot. I'm literally now remembering how bad this movie is.
It's so
Oh my god. Guess what? It gets worse. So, in Cars 1, Chick Hicks is the older car who's being beaten by a rookie, and we're all supposed to think he's an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the verbal confirmation.
Yeah. I'm processing.
And can anyone tell me what Cars 3 is? What's that? It's about a rookie trying to dethrone an older car?
It's Cars 1, but worse.
I'm curious. Except Jackson Storm is continuously based as a villain for absolutely no reason.
You're right, it's no reason!
Wow.
Jackson Storm has done nothing wrong.
He did nothing, you're absolutely right.
He is the
only thing he did was be better.
I have an action figure of.
And I think that we have a fabric with him on it, that's all.
I love him. So I'm about...
But it also has Lightning McQueen.
Jackson Storm is the best car
And he's on screen for maybe like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think I actually have counted. I think he's on screen for like 20 minutes.
Really?
In the hour-plus film, yes. So, Jackson Storm is made by the awful people at Pixar, and by awful people, I mean the boomers, to be a millennial. And the entire... Right. Yeah, I can find the source where I think Lasseter says that he's supposed to be a snowflake, and like, oh, he gets everything spoon-fed to him and all of this shit. And you know what, Mr. Lasseter? I would care a lot more about that if not for the fact that it's established in the film that Jackson Storm is legitimately a better race car and has been built to race and scientifically proven to be a better racer than Lightning.
Damn,
he hasn't given anything. He was literally engineered to be a successful race car driver and still had to put in the same amount of effort that Lightning did. But he's a villain because he's new technology, and we're going to get back into that in Cars 2. But basically, Jackson Storm has literally done nothing wrong. I think he makes a single slight at Lightning McQueen, and it establishes him as the villain for the rest of the film. We need little breath breaks so that we don't get worked up.
No, absolutely. Please get worked up. It's more funny.
It's okay to be passionate about things.
Here's my
You're allowed to feel.
Here's my genuine take on Cars 3. Lightning McQueen should have died.
Yes.
And
yes.
I don't mean that because I hate...
In stream earlier, we were talking about how Cars 3 would have been better if he died.
He has nothing to offer. He has nothing to offer as a character. He has no development over any of the 3 films. He is simply labeled as a protagonist, and because it's a thing made for children, no one really questions it, because no one bothers to look deeper into the fact that Lightning McQueen is a narcissist and emotionally abusive. We're going to get into that in Cars 2.
Let's do it.
But Cars 3, we're still here, just for a little bit. It genuinely would have been
we'll probably be back.
If Lightning died when he got in that car crash. Just because, like, come on, punish him for his fucking hubris for once, good fucking Lasseter. Yeah, so, so I am all for Latinx and female representation, and I am both of those things. So it's very hard for me to be negatively biased about this. Cruz Ramirez shouldn't have fucking won that race. She's not a race car. She hasn't even been in a race before. There is no reason why she should have been able to beat Jackson Storm, who is a modern technological advancement. She has nothing to offer. She's just fucking yellow.
And then they took off the muffler. But also if we could say that she pulled herself up by her tire straps.
That was a bad joke, and I hate you for it.
You're welcome. I love you too.
So Cruz Ramirez, the movie could have been a lot more interesting if it was Lightning's pit crew, aka the Radiator Springs Gang.
You're right.
And Cruz Ramirez, Lightning's temporary physical therapist before he tragically died of brain failure. It is canonical that the cars in Cars have human organs. Which is why, in the age-old debate of if they would have car insurance or life insurance, the answer is life insurance because they can have liver failure.
In Cars.
Yeah, the cars in Cars have human organs. So they would have to get life insurance.
I hate this.
Anyways, so it's basically give Lightning McQueen liver failure because he turns to the drink as a result of his accident, and he fails physical therapy, and now Cruz Ramirez and the Radiator Springs Gang wants to endorse his memory, and Cruz has code of Lightning's best races. That's established pretty early on in the film when Lightning first gets injured. She's like, yeah, we have like all of the greatest races in here. We have all of yours like programmed into this thing so you can relearn them and get better trained. So basically, we could have just had a really fun Jackson Storm redemption arc where he didn't end up being a narcissistic asshole like Lightning McQueen was the entire film.
Cool.
gonna go to Cars 2, which is
the good one, the good movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a very fun film to think about for an extended period of time. I'm gonna start off with the technology bad. How do I turn this on? It's not an iPad. Herder, I'm a boomer humor, which is pretty much all of it.
Funny meme.
The great, so much like Cars 3, where the villain is a new car with better technology, the villain of Cars 2 is pretty early on established to be green fuel. And it's
fuck, it was you're right. It was supposed to be like supposed to be like environmental fuel.
Yes, it's supposed to be environmentally clean fuel. That is the entire point of it. It's called like eco fuel or something. The entire
I think it is called eco fuel. Hold on. Yeah.
Yes, I'm fairly sure. I remembered Finn McMissile's name, so I'm pretty sure I remember eco fuel. And it does get established to be something else later, but I'm not addressing that because for the vast majority of the film, it's established as something that's supposed to help make our air cleaner and protect us from like harsh greenhouse gases.
But secretly.
No, don't fucking spoil it. This is my lecture.
Right,
I'll kill you. Run you over with Mater.
Run me over with Mater's turbocharged ass.
Anyway. So there's that. There's also like a bad person again, which doesn't seem to. Are you done laughing?
No.
Right.
No, I'm not. I'm not done laughing. I'm sorry.
Jenny, I'm gonna have to ask you to mute yourself.
If you can't handle being in my classroom, I'm going to have to ask you to step outside.
I'm done.
So, in Cars 1, we all know the very fun montage of Mater introducing lightning to the Radiator Springs culture and all of the things that they hold important and find enjoyable, and basically welcoming him into their world, which is really fun and cute. Good job, Mater. We love that.
Dream.
Life could be a dream. Literally. Go off. Life does not need to be a highway because life could be a dream.
Life could be a dream.
Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts could end about halfway through after that slow bit. It could be done. The song is way too long. I listen to Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts and I get past the like, there is the distance between you and I. Between you and I. Like, after that bit, I'm over it. I am done sitting through Rascal Flatts looping. Life is the highway, and I'm gonna ride it all night long. I get it, Mr. Flat. Also, hot take, the best song on the Cars 1 soundtrack is not Rascal Flatts' Life is the Highway. It's Real Gone by Sheryl Crow. Or Cal. It's Crow, though. And yes, I know all of these names by memory. I have a lot of Cars feelings.
Really, I couldn't tell.
Don't patronize me. So, lightning. Oh shit! Sorry, there was a firework outside and it spooked me.
Oh, okay.
Why are there fireworks? What's today?
Wednesday?
June 17th.
I'm just saying because every time that you've had fireworks in your outside, there's been fireworks outside of my house, even if there's not a reason for it. But there hasn't been any outside of my house.
There's never a reason for it. I just live in Southern California.
Yeah, well, me too, so...
Okay, back to cars.
Sorry, yes, back to it.
The important.
So there's that huge, like, very wonderful montage of introducing lightning to the Route 66 way of living. And, I mean, he doesn't become a better person at all from it, and he's as much of an asshole at the end as he is in the beginning. But at least it's, like, some fun content.
Yeah, if we think about it, the only thing that Lightning McQueen learned in the entirety of Cars 1 is how to turn left.
Advantage of the poor.
Like, if we're being honest, the only thing McQueen learned was how to turn. No, because you don't turn. You turn left in racing. You don't turn right. So he learned how to turn right in.
Yeah,
that's the only thing he learned.
You know that already.
Like he learned how to turn right in Cars 1. That's the only thing he learned.
Established as having been a race car. Why didn't he know which way to turn?
I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, Route 66, got it.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen doesn't really learn anything besides how to take advantage of the poor. Boosted economy.
Cars 1 is capitalist propaganda. Changed my mind.
All of Cars is capitalist.
Capitalist propaganda.
All cops are cars. Anyways, so then it's juxtaposed by in Cars 2. There's a very wonderful opportunity for the reverse of Mater being introduced to this higher quality quote unquote of life with lightning, where there's a lot more opportunities and a lot more fancy shit.
And doesn't Mater like piss himself?
I'm not there yet. So Lightning McQueen should have been like, okay, Mater, I know you're not familiar with this scene.
I love this.
I love this so much.
So instead of being like a good friend, Lightning is basically like, hey, Mater, go embarrass yourself in front of everyone, and then when you don't know what you're doing, because I haven't given you any like
help,
hints or tips, and you don't know what you're doing, and I know that already, I am going to publicly berate you and send you home. Imagine being that shitty of a friend. And like, Kate, promise me that if I ever become a car and you are also theoretically a car, and one of us is a racer, and we go to Japan, and one of us eats wasabi, and then leaks water, except we don't actually leak water. It's revealed later to be a fucking ploy by the one green eco-fuel dude. And then we
that's right. That's it. Like Mater pissed himself, but it wasn't him who pissed himself.
Mater does not have leaky pipes.
Hey, your girlfriend says hello.
Are you fucking texting? Are you messaging my girlfriend right now?
We're actually talking in the comments of the post that she posted about you talking about Cars 2.
You know what? I'm in love with her, so I'm not mad.
All right. Yeah, so Mater pisses himself because it's the fucking it's
He's framed.
It's as if Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez herself is framing Mater.
Yeah.
The Green New Deal is in Mater's fucking leaky pipes.
And then like Lightning McQueen chews out Mater in front of everyone, and it's like real shitty, and Mater gets all sad, obviously, and Mater's like, I'm gonna go for a walk, and Lightning's like, good. And then Lightning McQueen isn't really worried about Mater for the rest of the film, and Mater goes on his spy shenanigans. But honestly, it just shows that Lightning McQueen is a narcissist who doesn't care about the opinions of his friends or their well-being. He just cares about what they can offer him, and as soon as they outlast that, he's uninterested in them. Also, at the end, it turns out that eco-fuel was actually just regular gas, which could also, theoretically, be another slight against modern technology, because it's just fucking boomer shit. We're going to go back to Cars 1 for a second, and I'm going to point out that Lightning McQueen has those two tween cars that are his fans.
Yeah.
We all
yeah.
I had purged those from my mind, but now I remember them. I remember
those. They're very clearly like underage. Like they're tweens at the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
They're Lightning's Dynaco fantasy.
Oh my god, you're right.
I'm sure that I have the energy to unwrap that. But like Lightning McQueen,
I always thought that it was a joke against the tweens. Like, cause they'll follow him to the ends of the earth and he can't get rid of them. I thought that was like what that meant.
No, Lightning McQueen encourages their behavior. These young, impressionable car girls fawning over him.
God,
and he encourages it, giving them excess attention.
McQueen's just a boomer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, when he's getting sponsored by Rusty's, I don't remember the two brothers that run its name, but I do appreciate them as characters. And sometimes when I space out, my brain starts looping them going, don't drive like my brother, and don't drive like my brother. And I don't know why they say that. And I realize that it's probably because they're brothers and they're making fun of each other because they're like bros, you know?
They're bros.
They're having a little picking fun at each other. But sometimes my brain just loops that. Like, I'll be in bed and my brain will be like, don't drive like my brother, and don't drive like my brother. And I'm not going
Amelia,
to.
I adore you.
This is going to be the best YouTube video I've ever posted.
And so
I just want you to know that that's us talking to each other about driving.
Lightning is a huge dick to them, even though they literally helped him make a name for himself, have sponsored him from this point on, helped with his branding, all of this shit. Lightning McQueen is not business savvy. He is a dumb fuck. He is a dumb, narcissistic asshat, and he wouldn't have gotten anywhere without those Rusty's brothers and their squad. And he takes advantage of them, and he treats them like shit.
Justice for Rusty's.
Listen, justice for Rusty's. If you use Rusty's,
if you need bump ointment, Rusty's. If you need bump ointment, Rusty's.
Really. Anyways.